ready?
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready?
Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal is like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello, and welcome to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
and whether you're listening to us on one of the many glorious apps or at home on your computer, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your Monday evening. It is so good to have you here with us. I want to remind you guys, you can call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Again, toll-free around the globe. Email your questions or comments to shows with an S at MorningShowCentral.com. And we'll read them live on the air. Tweet your questions to @high_on_sports, and we'll read them on the air. And if you're talking about something we're talking about or talking about us, use the hashtag #HighOnSports. Also, get in the chat room. It asks for a password. You do not need to put one. Just put a name, hit enter, and you're immediately signed in, talking to myself, Ashley, Von Erich, whoever else may be in there tonight. And get to the website, highonsportsradioshow.com, archive of all our past shows. You can go back and see some old predictions that turned out wrong and laugh at how dumb we are. Or go look back at the ones I make, which are right, and you can be like, wow, what a great guy. He's so sensible and, kind of good looking. But anyways, all right, so let's...
That's what I always say when I look at those.
Right? You're like, how good looking is Ralphie in the past?
I just throw up.
Oh. Well, also, if you're
That's
bulimic,
harsh.
highonsportsradioshow.com. All right, well, we've got a jam-packed show for you, so let's get right into things. It is round one. Let's go. I talked about predictions earlier in the show, and by earlier, I mean under a minute ago. Whoa.
My bad.
That's okay. It's all right. These things happen.
Wow.
But speaking of predictions, this is our last show before the start of the 2012 NFL regular season. We will not be with you next weekend, as it is Labor Day, not Memorial Day, as I commonly say. It is, in fact, Labor Day. So no show next week, and then the very next week after that, we will be coming on right after the Browns finish beating the Eagles to open up the regular season, so we can break that one down for you. So, yeah, it's our last show before the games actually mean something. So this is our 2012 NFL preview special. We have got so many predictions flying at you. You want to have your bookie on speed dial right now. I just want to point something out. I have accurately predicted at least one Super Bowl participant in the last 2 consecutive seasons. I'm going for 3 in a row, and it's looking pretty good. I think I'm gonna have this one. So unfortunately, I had the Patriots in the Super Bowl last year, but I had them winning it. So I don't know. But then the year before, I had the Packers, coming out of nowhere and winning the whole thing. So we'll see. It's time for me to get back on the wagon and accurately predict the Super Bowl winner. Super Bowl predictions coming at the end of our previews. We're going to tease you like that. That's right. But we're going to break down the divisions, key players to keep an eye on, and even more specifically, what you can expect out of our beloved Brownies in the 2012-2013 campaign. And it's all in honor, of course, of also tonight, immediately following the show, I'm going to go pick up my copy of Madden 13. So find me online and play me and go ahead and lose if you want.
Do they have it for the original Xbox?
They do not. They do not make those anymore.
I'm out of luck.
I know.
What about the PS1?
I think it is available for the N64.
You know what? We can debut it when you come back.
Yeah, it'd be in 2 weeks, but we could do that.
Yeah, because we can. We'll have the system all in store in place.
Yeah, we could do that. I'll bring it in.
All right, cool.
Show you how awesome I am at it. Play some Brandon Whedon. Browns, by the way, hot off the presses, Browns will be a 67 overall. So
Yuck.
That's out of 99. So yeah,
Killing me, Madden. You're killing me.
Kind of do what you want with that. But we'll see. We got the biggest problem is I'll talk a little. I don't know why. Now we're analyzing the Browns in Madden. But the two things there's a with the two major rookies we got. One of them you got Trent Richardson, who is a traditional rookie and very talented. He's gonna have a good year, but then as you go on with him in your franchise, he's going to increase from year to year.
Yeah.
Depending on how good you do with him, he's starting 83. He could be 90 by season 2. The one problem is Brandon Whedon is going to start a 74, and there's not going to be much room for progression in Madden because he is 28. So his ability, I mean, it could go up, but it's not going to go up very much for very long. It's going to spend a lot of its time going down instead. So I give and take. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. And also, I believe there's talk of a new feature of combining like the career modes of the game, because there used to be where you can pick to play one player and play his whole career from rookie to retirement, and then there was also franchise, and then there's like coach mode and all that different stuff. There's breakdowns of it combining into one mode. So I don't know how that works. We'll see. Maybe I'll hate it. Maybe I'll love it. But we'll have to let you know in 2 weeks. But anyways, let's get to actual football played in this realm of reality. Our 2012 picks. We're gonna give you our picks for division winners, and we are going to start. Where should we start with this? Should we start in the NFC? Why don't we build our way towards the Browns?
Works for me.
Let's start in the NFC South and take a look at the players we've got here in the NFC South. The biggest story coming out of the NFC. A big thing about the NFC South is a lack of consistency. They haven't had a back-to-back winner of that division in some time. And honestly, I mean, the Saints won it this past year, didn't they? Or did the Falcons end up winning it? I'm blanking on that, but
I couldn't tell you.
But either way, it looks like, in my personal opinion, I believe the Falcons are going to be the team to beat in the NFC South. And a lot of you would wonder, what about the Saints? The biggest storyline coming out of that division this year is Bountygate.
Yeah,
Is
they got
this massive scandal?
way too much junk going on over there right now.
Saints have got. I mean, I'm still looking at you're still looking at a big year out of Drew Brees, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Oh, yes, of course.
But you're not looking at a division champion right now.
No.
It's too much. They have an interim coach.
They have
to
an
their
interim,
coach.
interim to the interim.
Who
they're in
does
trouble.
that? That's when your car broke down, right? So you got a rental, couldn't leave, so had to get a rental until your rental was fixed.
Right?
I mean, it doesn't work out well. And who do you guys got coming out of the NFC South?
Who's going first? Me?
Yeah, you go ahead and go first. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Carolina Panthers and Cam Newton, New Orleans Saints with the Bountygate, and Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, I gotta take Atlanta too, because I mean it's really between Atlanta and the Saints. Mm-hmm. And with the Saints having all that crap going on, you gotta take Atlanta.
I will say this though, don't blink on the Panthers. Don't blink on them. I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna come in and win the division. I'm just saying stranger things have happened with Cam Newton and this Luke Cocelli they got as a linebacker now. He's been making a lot of headlines.
Way to steal my thunder there.
Oh,
I was going to pick the Carolina
go
Panthers to
ahead.
win the division.
there you go. He didn't blink on him.
Oh, not at all. Especially with that dual running back tandem that they have. I think that Cam Newton's rookie season is no fluke, that they're going to come out with at least 10 to 12 wins this year.
He is massive. You don't realize how big Cam Newton is until you see him against someone or see him in person. It is like trying to tackle a polar bear. I mean, he is built like a defensive end, and then he's going out there and playing quarterback. It's a total anomaly. All right, so you and I seem to agree on the Falcons. Von Erich taking the Panthers, going against the grain. A bold move. I like it. Sticking with the NFC, let's go. There's something I want to talk about here now. The NFC East. Obviously, Philadelphia Eagles with Michael Vick says he believes they can become a dynasty.
He's talking out of his ass.
Well, that's great considering they haven't won a Super Bowl yet. So, we'll see what happens there. Vic hurt right now, will be ready for the start of the regular season.
So he can get hurt again?
But he just constantly gets hurt. He's just so small. He's like portable. He's travel size. And he just keeps breaking. It's just, I don't see it. I don't see, Michael Vick will go down as really one of the more electric, offensive threat quarterbacks, but he just doesn't have the size or the durability to really go down as one of the greats.
Accuracy in throwing the ball.
And of course, the defending Super Bowl champions, New York Giants, still keep most of the Super Bowl team intact. Lost, what was it? One or two
Manningham
of the
and
Manningham and
Brandon Jacobs, the
they
running
lost
back.
running back Brandon Jacobs.
And
They've lost some talent, but the core is still there.
Yeah.
You know, Eli Manning, Victor Cruz, that whole gang, the pass rush, obviously, that made them the threat they were
Yeah.
last year. But it is incredibly hard to repeat. You know, you got to keep that in mind. Then the Redskins with their electrifying new quarterback, Robert Griffin III. It's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. And, of course, the Dallas Cowboys, Tony Romo, Dez Bryant, and the gang. I want to look at something here real quick. Since I mentioned the Cowboys, obviously just electrifying wide receiver. When he is playing, when he is healthy, Dez Bryant is just something else. He is incredibly talented. He also has an incredible knack for getting into trouble. Some bad news for him, stuff coming out over the offseason. The Cowboys have decided it's finally time to take action against Mr. Bryant. He has agreed to strict guidelines from the team officials regarding his conduct away from the field. They're calling it the Dez Bryant rules. Here is a rough list of what Dez Bryant's new guidelines are that he must follow, or they don't make it very clear what the what the consequences if he doesn't following them. I can't see them cutting him, but who knows at this point?
Probably just a minimal fine.
We've already lost T.O. and Ocho Cinco this year. T.O., by the way, getting cut from the Seahawks, so good for you, Terrell. Anyways,
that really worked out
here
well
are the
for him.
Dez Bryant rules. A midnight curfew. If he's going to miss curfew, team officials must know in advance. No drinking alcohol at all. Can he use mouthwash? I want to know. Something I would ask. He can't attend any strip clubs and can only attend nightclubs if they are approved by the team and he has a security team with him.
What? Say that again.
Cannot attend any strip clubs and can only attend nightclubs if they are approved by the team and has a security team with him.
So he's going to bingo.
Basically,
Yeah.
the only nightclubs approved are like a rec center with old people playing bingo. That's all I can think of. He must attend counseling sessions twice a week. A rotating 3-man security team will leave 1 man with Bryant at all times. Now, what about when he's home or sleeping? Does someone have to be like? Does the security guy have to sit in the chair and sleep
No,
there
they
and watch him?
probably post up outside his house in case he tries to sneak out.
It is absolutely
like a high
ridiculous.
school kid crawling out the window,
And this
shimmying down the house.
This one I like because I think this one in my mind is the most ridiculous. Not even the pre-approved clubs and everything. That's ridiculous. I think this is the most ridiculous. Members of the security team will drive Bryant to practices, games, and team functions. They don't trust this guy to drive to practice.
Clearly.
What trouble can you get in? What strip clubs do you have the time to go to
No, he
from home to practice?
maybe he's a reckless driver. He speeds.
There's been no talk of anything like that.
No.
There's been no driving instances
They
reported.
apparently don't trust him. You give him 5 minutes on his own, that's when people go crazy.
I guess so.
Because when you lock someone in a cage and then you turn your back for 5 minutes, shit just hits the fan.
He is not allowed to drive to games, practice, or team functions. That is just absolutely ridiculous.
I think it's funny.
Well, but there's an argument to be made though for it. I mean, it sounds absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, it does. Because obviously he's a grown man. He should be able to do what he wants.
But if we go across the street from Cowboys Stadium and look at the Rangers ballpark in Arlington, their best player is on incredibly strict guidelines that he must adhere to because of his past. I'm talking, of course, about Josh Hamilton.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you, Darvish.
No, no driving. I mean, Josh Hamilton, though, obviously Josh Hamilton had a very much darker past than Dez Bryant has. But Josh Hamilton, has to adhere to some strict guidelines. And they've been to back-to-back World Series. So I'm not saying I'm for all these Dez Bryant rules, but if it works, sure.
I mean,
Why not?
I look at it this way. Even though, technically he's like an adult and should be able to make his own decisions, the Cowboys are his employer, so it'd be like just of someone with a regular job, and they have restrictions and guidelines to what they should and shouldn't do. Like if you're on TV, you're an anchor or something, you obviously can't go out acting a fool in the street because you're going to embarrass
It's
the
true. They have things
station.
in your contract to get out of that, morality clauses, things like that. But they don't have a 24/7 security team watching you.
Or possibly going a little overboard, but then again, every time you turn your back, Des Bryant's getting in trouble.
I guess so.
I guess just go all out.
I mean, if it works, it's brilliant. If it doesn't, it was stupid. That's all there is to it. Now, in light of that, I am picking the Dallas Cowboys to win the NFC East. Wow. Normally, I am on the record as a Cowboy hater, but I kind of picked them via process of elimination. Eagles, I don't see pulling it out.
No.
They just he can't stay healthy.
Yeah, so Ralphie's going to be going for Tony Romo in the High on Sports Fantasy League.
No, I will not.
Yes, you will. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, he puts up decent numbers. I guess it really doesn't matter what he does in the fourth quarter because I'm not picking him to win games. Just picking him to put up numbers for me. So I suppose Tony Romo wouldn't be a terrible choice.
He won't.
But either way, I also look at the rest of the division. The Giants, to me, this was like their team a couple years ago when they beat the Patriots. They kind of backed into the playoffs. I mean, they got hot, basically. This, like the last time, they got hot at just the right time and kept riding that wave all the way to the Super Bowl. I don't think if you put them up against the Patriots just straight up, I think the Patriots have more talent on their team. The Giants were just the hot team, and the momentum and everything was going their direction. If you look at it the last time they won the Super Bowl, it was a pretty disappointing season right after that. Plus, when teams win the Super Bowl, they tend to get that Super Bowl hangover. Everybody's partying, especially that nightlife scene in New York. Eli Manning is, like, acceptable now, finally. I mean, he's got to be living it up. So I just don't see them. I'm not saying I wouldn't rule them out as a wild card team. I just do not see the Giants winning the division again. And rookie quarterback. That's all I got to say about the Redskins. Rookie quarterback. They're on the right track, but rookie quarterback. And they're going to have to build that team through free agency because they gave up pretty much all the draft picks that have ever existed. So, in order to get it. What do you guys think? NFC East.
This was
most hotly contested division.
It really was because I mean basically everything that you just said with Washington. They got Griffin's going to be good, but he's a rookie, so they're not going to win the division. And then obviously I'm leaning towards the Giants, but the teams never come out the same the year after winning the Super Bowl.
No.
But I can't pick Philly or Dallas. I don't think they can do it because Vic's going to get hurt, and even if he doesn't, I really don't think the team is that great.
It's true.
And Dallas is always a disappointment. So I'm going the Giants.
Yeah, normally I'm not a Dallas fan, but what do you think, Von Eric?
New York.
I'm picking the Giants as well. I think their defense is nothing to joke about, and they've proven that over the past few years. And, sometimes their offense is a bit questionable with Eli at the helm, but if they can get a decent running game going this year, I think they can easily repeat as division champions.
Fair point. All right, keeping with the NFC, we're going to move real quick to the West. We're going to go NFC West now. NFC West, of course, San Francisco 49ers, Cardinals. Well, let's look this. Hold on. I know the teams. I'm not looking them up, but I will. Anyways, Seattle Seahawks, something to keep in mind about them. Russell Wilson named their quarterback. Even though they went out and spent all that money on Matt Flynn this offseason, they have named third-round pick rookie out of Wisconsin, Russell Wilson, as their starting quarterback for Week 1. So we'll see what happens there. San Francisco 49ers adding Randy Moss this offseason, fresh out of retirement. Remember, really just one botched play away from the Super Bowl last year. St. Louis Rams, what can you say? Sam Bradford, we're still convinced he's pretty good, I guess.
Right.
We'll see what happens with that. And the Arizona Cardinals have no idea who their quarterback is. Kevin Cobb, John Skelton, either way you're going to lose. That's all there is to it. So I picked, once again, the West, really a crap situation, almost across the board, except one team that really isn't, and that is the San Francisco 49ers. which is why I have the San Francisco 49ers repeating as division champs.
I do as well. They're returning all 11 of their starters on defense.
Oh, yeah.
So
Plus
I think
adding
that's
some
going to be
serious talent at the running back position.
so that is going to be my clear-cut pick for the NFC West is San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, honestly, it's the only team you can't pick. They're gonna
Unanimous.
steamroll the division.
Unanimous.
Yeah.
It's not really going to be close.
I know the other teams will be lucky to even be at 500 at the end of the year.
All right, NFC North, Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings. Well, Chicago Bears obviously adding Brandon Marshall this offseason. Minnesota Vikings still waiting on a fully healthy Adrian Peterson. Detroit Lions coming off that out-of-nowhere season they had last year. First season that Matthew Stafford stayed healthy. And
Stafford and Kelvin
beast.
Johnson.
Megatron
Nasty
hoping
combo.
to continue, but will get hurt because he's on the cover of Madden 13.
That's true.
So that's something to bear in mind. And the Green Bay Packers, after going 15-1 last year, totally embarrassed in the playoffs, looking to come back hungry, which is why I say Green Bay Packers win the division. What do you guys think?
I'm
tough
going to say
between
the
Green Bay and Detroit.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Green Bay to win the division, but you also have to pick Detroit to get one of those wild card spots.
Yeah.
It's very
It's
very
gonna
possible.
Those two teams are
probably
gonna
two
be
of the
pretty
best
high
teams
up
in
in
the
the win
league.
column this
Yeah.
year.
I should say I have the Bears taking one of the wild card spots in my.
Really?
Really?
Yes, I do.
I think
I
I'm,
should-
Yeah.
So well, we're
They
pretty
do
much
love
agreed,
Jay
though.
Cutler
Yeah,
in
it's-
Chicago.
We're pretty much agreed it's Green Bay.
It's Green
There's
Bay. I
another
was
unanimous.
just because I believe in the Madden curse. Jack Johnson's getting hurt, and Detroit's gonna be screwed.
All right.
They're still gonna clearly make the playoffs.
All right, let's real quick get through the AFC here. AFC West, San Diego Chargers, not much to say there. Kansas City Chiefs, a lot of people think will be a surprise team, along with the Oakland Raiders. And Denver Broncos making the biggest acquisition this offseason, adding Peyton Manning at quarterback. I got to say, that alone for me, what Peyton Manning does to a team, I have the Denver Broncos winning that division.
Yeah.
I look at Oakland to try to nab one of the wild card spots because what I've seen from Carson Palmer this preseason has been pretty impressive thus far. And if Darren McFadden can stay healthy, their offense is near unstoppable. But I do think Denver takes the division crown with Peyton Manning.
Yeah, Denver's taking it with Peyton. There's no question.
I was going with San Diego. Their defense might be a bit questionable, but if Phillip Rivers can stay on his game, and
That's very true.
Well, he does have some pretty good targets to throw to.
Looking at across the board at that division now, that is the ultimate crapshoot. It could be any one of those four, and I wouldn't be shocked. Not to say that they're bad. I'd say it's all from talent. A lot of them are real. Some of them are turning the corner. Some of them are, trying to salvage that window. But that's four pretty talented teams that could seriously all contend for that division. All right, AFC South, former home of Peyton Manning, current home of Andrew Luck with the Indianapolis Colts. Houston Texans, Arian Foster, Matt Schaub, Andre Johnson. What more can I say? Jacksonville Jags still waiting on Maurice Jones-Drew to report to camp, wants that contract. And the Tennessee Titans naming Jake Locker their starter as opposed to Matt Hasselbeck. I'm going to go with Houston. I think Houston is a legitimate Super Bowl contender if healthy, but even with the injuries, I think that with Peyton gone, this is going to be their division for a little bit here. So Houston Texans.
Yeah, I'm going Houston too.
Yeah, I was picking Houston as well, especially with that three-man combo that they got up front on offense with Johnson, Schaub, and
Arian Foster.
I almost said Chris Johnson there.
Arian Foster is now a vegan, by the way, this offseason. Decided he was a vegan.
Oh, he's
That
going to
won't-
get injured then. I'm changing my pick.
Soft, brittle lettuce bones.
I know, right? Come on, eat some meat, Foster. You need a big old steak.
I like that commercial they do for Monday Night Football, which, by the way, once the season starts back up, remember to tune into High on Sports for our Monday Night Football breakdown and predictions every week. But there's that new commercial for Monday Night Football where it shows, this is Monday, whatever. It's just the players start reacting to it. And there's one where it's Arian Foster reading a book to his daughter. And he's just like, and then the princess married the prince, and they left. Closes the book, and she's like, but that's not how it ends. He's like, that's how it ends tonight. Lights off, leaves the room.
That's funny.
Pretty funny. I like Aaron Foster's a charismatic guy. But it was weird when he tweeted a picture of his hamstring last season after it was hurt.
Yeah.
And then some doctors coming out saying, like, reportedly, I studied your picture on Twitter. It's not good. He seemed okay to me. I don't know. Anyways, AFC East, and then we'll finish it out with the North. AFC East, New England Patriots with Tom Brady. I mean, they just locked up Aaron Hernandez, Gronkowski. They signed Brandon Lloyd. Wes Welker's coming back. I feel like I don't need to go on, but I will. New York Jets, Tim Tebow. Buffalo Bills, Super Mario Williams they signed for a great deal of money. And the Miami Dolphins name Ryan Tannehill their starter and cut Chad Ochocinco. And trade away Brandon Marshall. That's their offseason. Really not great when you step back and think of it all together. Signed and cut Ochocinco, traded away Brandon Marshall, and named a rookie as their starter. Sounds like a pretty bad offseason. But I feel like I don't even need to say it, but Patriots going to win the division. Can
if
we
you
all
say
agree on
anything
that?
else, you're really kind of clueless.
You got anything?
No, we're all in agreement on the Patriots.
I thought so.
In that division, Tom Brady could get hurt and they could still win the division.
I will say this. Look at the Bills to be the second best team in the division and possibly contend for a wild card.
They've got a really good offense.
Keep an eye on the Bills. That's all I'm saying.
A decent run game.
Keep an eye on the Bills. And now our beloved AFC North. The Pittsburgh Steelers, rookie guard and first-round pick David DeCastro got hurt, which is funny because now it makes the top pick of all four teams in the North injured. Browns with had to get more surgery for Trent Richardson. Bengals had Kirkpatrick, the cornerback out of Alabama. Baltimore with linebacker Courtney Upshaw is hurt, and now Steelers may have lost guard David DeCastro for the season. So all the top picks in the AFC North hurt. So just something to keep an eye on. But yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens, no key acquisitions or losses, but they're still the Baltimore Ravens. Cincinnati Bengals, again, no real major, acquisitions or trades. I mean, there were some, but then we get to our Cleveland Browns. New starter in Brandon Weeden, new starting running back in Trent Richardson, Phil Taylor, star defensive tackle, down, replaced with rookie John Hughes. Josh Gordon, picked in the supplemental draft, is potentially making a run at being the number 1 or number 2 receiver. A lot of change, really. It didn't seem like it because it all kind of happened slowly, but pretty massive overturn from last season to this season for our beloved Brownies. And reports coming out today that, no, I should say this is just a rumor, that the Browns have internally made their decision on the quarterback situation right now and will keep Colt McCoy as Brandon Weeden's backup, and will be either looking for a trade partner or just flat out cut Seneca Wallace.
Oh.
Pretty well expected if you looked at what they did in the preseason. Is it just me, or does it seem like Colt McCoy should really just be playing against backups? He seems very good against backups. I mean, if there's a way we could set up a situation like that where he's just playing backups, I'd feel pretty confident with him. I mean, if an entire team died in a plane crash, and then we had to play whatever they could. God forbid, yes, knock on wood. But then they had to sort of throw together just some random townsfolk to play
Colt
the
McCoy
Browns
could
the next
light
week.
it up.
I would start Colt McCoy. He seems to know what he's doing against, people without talent.
He can't. He's around the average against starters, and he's pretty damn
I
good
think
against
he could
backup.
have a very good career as a backup.
Yeah.
He will throw significantly less interceptions when he's not throwing. So good for him. Now let's get this out of the way though, because I feel like none of us are going to go and be homers here. AFC North, Baltimore Ravens.
Ravens.
That's who I picked. The Ravens as well.
Across the board.
I think Joe Flacco is going to have a career year, and I'm looking to pick him up on fantasy. So don't any of you guys be a jerk.
Ray Rice.
Pittsburgh's getting too old.
Black and purple. I'm just kidding. I hate them. Screw the Ravens.
I know. I hate them all.
We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, you're going to find out our Super Bowl predictions. What did I say? Get your bookie's number dialed and just wait to press send because you're going to want to act on this. What's urinating us off? Lance Armstrong, what a terrible week to be an Armstrong. We'll get to that and so much more. Listen to High on Sports on the MSC Radio Network.
User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com. It's been 6 years in the making. 6 years. Uncensored Net Noise's 6th anniversary bash. September 7th at the Foundry in Lakewood. Live on stage will be Morality Check, Kriya Diaz, Demons Within, and the show is hosted by comedian Josh Womack. And they're going to be broadcasting the show live. Tickets at the door are $5 for 21 and over and $8 for under 21. Uncensored Net Noise's 6th annual birthday bash. Live at the Foundry in Lakewood. Brought to you by Cocaine Energy Supplement. All the dirt you need to know is at UncensoredNetNoise.com. If you live the lifestyle, then you should arrive in style. Lifestyle Limousine Service. Whether it's dinner for two, an evening at the winery, or a night out on the town, Lifestyle Limousine provides extraordinary service. Check them out on the web. LifestyleLimousineService.com. Reserve your ride now. 330-903-0508. 330-903-0508. Lifestyle Limousine Service. And make sure you tell them Morning Show Central Radio Network sent you. Cocaine Energy Supplement. Due to great consumer demand, Redux Beverages has officially announced the return of its world-famous Cocaine Energy Supplement. It's now available at retail locations across the country, as well as online at ReduxDirect.com. That's ReduxDirect.com. Don't forget to be part of the all-new Cocaine Energy Supplement social network, where you can meet other Cocaine Energy Supplement fans from around the world. Cocaine Energy Supplement. You can become a member. You can become a member by logging on to lovecocaine.com. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right.
Rise above the clutter, brand your identity, and make a statement. Broken Fan Media. Expert video production, television and web commercials, music video, real estate tours, live concerts and events, state-of-the-art post-production, video and audio editing. Check us out on the web at brokenfanmedia.com. 434-944-0472. Broken Fan Media. The next generation of sight and sound.
Having problems with your home computer or business PC? Looking to have some upgrade work completed on your computer? Have a special project in mind that may be too much for you to undertake alone? Time to call
Joe the Printer Guy!
Joe the Printer Guy offers a full-service hardware and software repair center at his facility to handle your PC, server, and networking needs. Let their professional service staff handle your computer needs. They offer expert service at an affordable price. Visit Joe the Printer Guy at 14035 Madison Avenue, Lakewood, Ohio. Online, joetheprinterguy.com, or give him a call at 216-651-3880. Joe the Printer Guy. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. You're listening to MSC Radio Network, and like anything else on the internet, it runs on computers. Lots of computers. And you know, when you're dealing with computers, hard drives sometimes crash. That happened here at MSC. And you know what saved them? Rectify backup software. Don't believe us? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you backed up? Probably not. So don't be that that guy, then wait till it's too late. MSC did their research and tried tons of different backup programs and chose Rectify backup software. You know, peace of mind is priceless, and Rectify can give you and your computer system that peace of mind. Find out more at rectify.com. That's RECTIPHY.com. Looking for reliable and affordable Shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete Shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits. A 99.5% uptime guarantee and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. From the Cocaine Energy Supplement Studio, you're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network.
Hello, and welcome back to High on Sports. I'm Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
And you know what? Let me say this first. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. The best starting lineup in sports radio, a period, right here in front of you guys right now. Thank you for joining us. Whether you're listening on one of the many glorious apps or at home on your computer, it is an honor that you welcome us into your home or hand or pocket or wherever we are. Remember, as always, you can call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. Tweet at high_on_sports or with the hashtag high-on-sports. Get into the chat room and ask for a password. You do not need to put one. Just put a name, hit enter. You are immediately signed in, talking to myself, Ashley Von Erich, and whoever else may be in there tonight. Get to the website, high-on-sportsradioshow.com. for our archive of all our past shows and a bunch of other fun stuff. Again, high-on-sportsradioshow.com. Find us on YouTube, search High on Sports. We are the original true red, white, and blue High on Sports. Do not be fooled by mapley imposters. All right, let's get right.
USA.
Hashtag US freaking A. Do that one too, but preferably just hashtag USA. Otherwise it gets complicated. Anyways, it is round 2. Let's go. All right, first half of the show, we gave you our predictions for all the NFL division winners from the upcoming season, and now it is time for what you've been waiting for. I don't know if you guys got this, but I'll just do this part myself real quick. These are your award winners. Here's your award winners for the 2012 season. You can write these down in stone. The Defensive Rookie of the Year. Keep an eye on Bruce Irvin, linebacker from the Seahawks. Ooh. Had some off-the-field issues in college. That's why a lot of people thought he would slip in the draft. They took him in the first round. Keep an eye on this kid. This is my pick for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, it is an absolute slam dunk. It's going to be Andrew Luck. Unless he gets hurt, then it's going to be Andrew Luck. Pretty much nothing else there. Defensive Player of the Year, one of my favorite players in the entire NFL, Jared Allen, defensive end from the Vikings. In Madden projections,
he's nasty.
He is projected to lead the league in sacks with 19. So keep an eye on that. And my most valuable player, Mr. Tommy Terrific, Tom Brady. Pretty safe bet. So there you go. And now, it is time for what you've really been waiting for. This is our stone cold, rock solid predictions for the Super Bowl. We are going to tell you who's playing and who's going to win, and we're going to start with Von Erich. Von Erich, who will be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl?
I would pick the New England Patriots in the AFC, and for the NFC, I am picking Green Bay.
That's a good matchup. And who you got as the winner?
I have New England choking once again
Oh.
with Green Bay winning the Super Bowl.
Brady.
What do you think, Ashley?
I'm jumping on Peyton's bandwagon. I'm going Denver.
You think that he 1 year to take him to the Super Bowl?
1 year. That's all he needs.
Needed a lot more than that for the Colts, but
He is almost as old
Well,
as
I mean,
Brandon
he's
Whedon,
well
though.
when he was with the Colts, though he was young. Now
true.
he's old and he's a veteran. And Denver has a legit defense.
And who will they be playing against?
They will be playing San Fran.
San Francisco.
They're gonna finally get over that hump, and they're gonna
Now
make
that
it.
would be fun to watch.
Yeah.
And who would win it?
I'm gonna take San Fran. I think Peyton can get him there, but I'm not sure he can win it all in 1 year.
I agree with Von Erich that the New England Patriots will be in the Super Bowl representing the American Football Conference. From the National Football Conference, though, this is my big one. I don't have a division winner. I have a wild card team getting hot and making the run. The Chicago Bears will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. And
Really?
Tom Brady will win it. They will come back hungry. They have the most talented offense in the entire NFL. And they will come back and they will win the Super Bowl. You heard it here first. Patriots over Bears in Super Bowl 40-something. The one that's coming up in February. That Super Bowl. And that is our predictions. That will conclude our 2012 NFL predictions for this year. Good calls, guys. Good. Let's hope some of these pan out. All right, now it is time for a staple of Ion Sports, which is, of course, what's urinating us off. We're going to start, as we always do, with Von Erich. Von Erich, what is urinating you off today?
I'm going outside the sports realm this week.
Whoa!
And going into NASCAR. And we've got a video set up here. I'm going to set this up a little bit. A race that happened, at least at one point in the past. And the two cars that we're going to see is the green car, Matt Kenseth, and black car, Tony Stewart, get into a bit of altercation on the road, on the track. So we can go ahead and play that.
Can we switch over to that, Chris? All right, here we go.
Small glass going to be able to hold it. Well, he got to the line that he wanted to, so see how far Kenseth drives it in here. He couldn't get his slide job.
Trading
Whoa,
pace.
There's a lot of contact. Oh, no, there they go. Didn't work out for either one of them. That was his slide job down in 1 and 2 to take the spot away from Kenseth. Now Kenseth tries to drive in hard, slides up, with contact. I have to call that racing.
I call that Tony Stewart just wrecked your ass.
Racing. Kenseth does slide up into Stewart a little. Tony comes down, trying to pin him down a little bit. That creates contact that gets Kenseth sideways.
Yeah, but I thought Tony had to get down a little bit. And we've talked about how just on the exit right there's not a lot of room. The groove's fairly narrow.
Tony not very happy.
Oh, damn, Tony Stewart.
Classic Tony.
Well, we know what
Yeah.
Getting the standing ovation.
Standing O.
Damn, he
Didn't
slammed
even
that
go and get his
hard.
helmet.
That's a perfect strike.
That's a nice throw.
I love the announcers. That's a nice throw.
You just used one hand, didn't you?
Should have went for the
so-
windshield.
I think he's got both hands. Look at that.
Yeah, he should have. Oh, he meant if it was 3 inches higher, he hits the windshield.
Damn, that's a good throw. That is a good throw. That is a solid throw.
So what's urinating me off is there is a lot of people in the media, ourselves excluded,
That's right.
because we are not part of this. They're calling for massive fines on Tony Stewart.
Oh, please.
And
I mean,
something that does not urinate me off is the fact that NASCAR has said, we're not fining him. We're not going to do
Good.
anything at all.
They absolutely should not.
Robin's racing.
well, what would they fine for? Just
Exactly.
throwing the helmet? Because, I mean, you can't fine him for wrecking, because that's just part of racing.
Well, yeah, you could
So you-
fine him for throwing the helmet. You're not supposed to
Throw
throw
your
something
helmet at another
at a
driver
while he's
driving.
This is why if you
So, I
listen
mean,
to
I
the
could
show,
see it if they did, but
yeah. If you listen to the show, you know I'm not a big NASCAR fan, but my favorite driver has always been Tony Stewart, and I think the best representation is because I have a quick example here. I once saw a race where Tony Stewart, obviously this isn't narrowing down any race because he does this constantly. got pissed off after the race, wanted to fight a guy, so he took his helmet off and everything, walked over, grabbed the guy, pushed him up against the car, and tried punching him and everything, right? But obviously they broke it up. 2 short weeks later, I watched another finish to a race and saw Jeff Gordon get pissed off and want to fight a guy. So he left his helmet on and two-hand pushed a guy to try to provoke something. And there's, in a nutshell, that's just why Tony Stewart is a man, and everybody else is just little boys trying to run around him. So yeah, this should be applauded. Really, I'm gonna clap right now. That's for you, Tony Stewart.
Yeah, good for Tony Stewart.
Good work. All right, thank you, Von Erich. And then this clap's for you. Thank you. All right, Ashley, what is your nanny off on this fine Monday evening?
Well, apparently, someone in the NBA thinks they can make a sequel to Space Jam.
What?
Yeah, and he thinks he can be the person in Space Jam.
I heard that was a good movie.
And who is it that wants to be in Space Jam 2?
The one and only LeBron freaking James.
What?
Yeah. He thinks he can equate to Michael Jordan coming out of retirement to save the Earth.
Michael Jordan came out of retirement.
He came out of basketball retirement. He was relaxing leisurely, playing some minor league baseball, and then Bugs Bunny came and said, "Look, man, you got to help save the Looney Tunes. It's the world. Earth depends on it." So Michael Jordan said, "I don't play basketball no more, but you know what? I'll help you out." And he came back to basketball and saved Looney Tunes and the Earth.
There you go.
And LeBron James goes, "I want to be in Space Jam too." No, you're still playing basketball. You don't get to save the world. Michael Jordan saved it, so deal with it.
We talked about this. If LeBron James saved the world, how much would it suck, obviously, to live in a world where he's a beloved hero? And how funny would it be that as the city of Cleveland, we would still hate him?
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about this. All we would look at is everyone's like, LeBron James saved humanity. Woohoo, he's a hero. We would just be like, great, so now I have to go to work tomorrow still.
Yeah. Thanks
LeBron.
a lot, LeBron. I got to go back to my crappy 2 jobs.
Now,
Instead,
that's
I
one
could have
thing
just been gone.
LeBron James is trying to play himself and pass himself off as the savior of the world. Now, what if, Michael Jordan's a lot older now. What if LeBron James was to take over the role of Michael Jordan and he was to play Michael Jordan in Space Jam 2? I find nothing wrong with that. Because he wouldn't be portraying himself. He would be portraying Michael Jordan.
Hardcore CGI him.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, neither of them have hair, so
he comes back out of retirement again, but somehow he's still young.
Yeah, they just recast the role. I see it all the time happen in
It does.
movies and soap operas and TV shows.
Family Matters back in the day.
That's
the
true.
Fresh Prince.
George of the Jungle.
Yep.
He
It
just
happens.
wants to walk in his shoes. That's all it is, man.
And
those are big shoes to follow.
Why don't we do a sequel to Like Mike, where LeBron James finds Michael Jordan's shoes and then he has talent? I'd watch that. What was that, Lil Bow Wow?
Yeah,
He plays the role of Little Bow Wow.
Young Lil
He
Bow
is
Wow.
now Lil Bow Wow.
Finding Jordan's North
I'd rather
Carolina shoes.
I'd rather him take a role from Lil Bow Wow than take a role from Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we're talking about, he finds the shoes and gets the ability to play basketball great and stuff. Did you hear about this new movie coming out with Kevin Durant? Where
Kevin Durant's in a movie?
Yeah, some little kid where it's like that same premise. Where some little kid ends up, like they say, stealing his thunder, and suddenly Kevin Durant can't do anything. And they're showing him in NBA games, and he just can't shoot, can't score, can't do anything. But then this little white kid is going around and dunking and hitting threes and just
So
can't be
basically,
stopped.
they took Like Mike and Space Jam and put them together. Instead of the alien stealing talent, a little boy steals the talent.
I guess so. And then they're like, he
Really?
finds him and he's like, you got to give me my thunder back, but they can't figure out how. So,
Really?
So that happens. So the
Is
lesson
that like an
you should-
actual movie or just like a
no,
commercial?
it's real.
Like a YouTube movie?
No, like a real movie.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
The lesson kids should take away from this is you never have to work hard. Just wait for magical interference
and
to
then
give
you'll
you
be
great
good,
abilities.
right?
That's pretty much it.
No practice
I gotta
involved.
say this though about the LeBron James Space Jam crap. There used to be a debate, LeBron James or Michael Jordan, and it was always a no contest. Look at the rings. Now LeBron has a ring, and people say, well, how many more is he going to get? If he gets to 6, is he Jordan? Here's why he will never be Jordan. Jordan, it was coming out of the final seconds. against the aliens with the Looney Tunes on his side. All right, they needed a basket, right? So what did he do? He channeled the Looney Tune powers that they had, and he dunked from half court by making his arm go cartoony and stretch.
He was
LeBron
being
James
tackled.
will never do that.
He was being tackled by 4 giant aliens, and he said, "You know what? I'm just gonna stretch my arm half court. I'm gonna Looney Tunes this mess." Boom! Suck it, aliens.
How many times? Let's just put it flat out like this. Let's just look at the facts here. How many times have we seen Michael Jordan dunk from half court? 1. How many times have we seen LeBron? None. End of discussion. We know who the greatest is.
Yep.
It's all right there. It's all right there. They didn't even use CGI in that movie. They had to find actual magic and use it.
Actual Looney Tune magic.
I read they actually used real Looney Tune magic. That's what I've read from very reliable sources.
It's Michael Jordan. He can do stuff like that.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you very much, Ashley. And now it's my turn, and I am going to go into the world of baseball for the first time on tonight's show. And I'm going to talk about the biggest trade in a long, long time that
as far as money is concerned.
Yeah. I mean, this was absolutely shocking when this happened because the trade deadline's over, so you have to do the whole waiver process and all this business. But the fact of the matter is the Boston Red Sox have sent Carl Crawford, Josh Beckett, Adrian Gonzalez, and Nick Punto to the LA Dodgers in exchange for some minor leaguers, Alan Webster, Ivan DeJesus, 2 players to be named later, pitcher Ruby De La Rosa,
first baseman
Jerry Sands.
James Loney, who a few years ago, as far as the Dodgers were concerned, was untouchable back when the Dodgers didn't know how their ownership whole situation was going to pan out, and they were going to be maybe trading away some key pieces, and they said at the time, James Loney, nope, no deal for nobody.
And now he's been moved along with these little minor leaguers that could be something and could not be something. The fact of the matter is this trade is 100% about shedding payroll. Now, I like that this trade happens. I like any situation like this where it's just let's take the status quo and shake the crap out of it until everything's different. I love that. Just chaos in sports is just awesome. Parody is amazing. But what I don't like is how the Boston media is trying to portray this. I read an article that went as far as to state, this was from a Boston reporter, went as far as to say Magic Johnson right now is more beloved in Boston than Larry Bird after this trade. Because
that's the most asinine thing I've ever heard.
So much good for the fans by saving the Red Sox money. Listen, all right, the Red Sox fans, you have zero reason to be excited right now. Give it a year or two. Let's see what these minor leaguers can do. Maybe you can get pumped. But right now, you should be nothing but furious. The fact of the matter is, if a team like our beloved Indians, or the Oakland A's, or the San Diego Padres, or something like that, shed some payroll, we'd be upset, but we'd be happy because we know we're going to try to use that money to re-sign someone of importance. If they shed some payroll right now, we know, well, okay, maybe we'll try to lock Chu down to a long-term deal, or something like that. But this is Boston. All right, this is Boston. This is one of the few teams in this league where money is not an option. LA, Boston, New York, St. Louis, is, for the most part, are the big 4 as far as spending goes. It makes no sense that Boston is out here trying to cut payroll. This is like I was telling you guys before, this is like Donald Trump switching to like off-brand mustard. Like, yeah, long term you're gonna save a little bit of cash by not buying the Grey Poupon, but come on, is it gonna make a difference big picture? You have the mustard budget. I mean, they have the budget to pay. They did shed $250 million, which is a lot to us normal folk, but not in this scenario. I mean, it's still kind of.
They're just going to add it on in the next couple
exactly.
off seasons.
They're not like an Indians or an A's where they're going to use this towards the rebuilding process. It's not rebuilding. They're just going to buy new players.
Pretty much.
They were just like, we're done with you. We're going to buy other ones. It is absolutely ridiculous. ridiculous.
Yeah, they were just sick of people harassing Carl Crawford in the outfield.
Exactly.
of
This is our
visiting
fault.
stadiums.
This is our fault, Von Erich. We harassed Carl Crawford so much.
Well, he was
had to
kind
get
of
out
a
of
bust
town
since he came to
like
Boston.
a year and a half later. I mean, he's been hurt. He's been hurt. A lot of these guys, some people would say, might fit the National League better. Josh Beckett pitching tonight, I say he's the big player in all of this. If Josh Beckett can get back to his old, Cy Young contention stuff with the Dodgers, which maybe a change in scenery could do that, then this was absolutely an absolute grand slam for the Dodgers. But if he sucks like he's been doing, who knows? But the fact of the matter is, you still gave up Adrian Gonzalez, and Carl Crawford is still, you built a bad contract for him to begin with. You don't pay a speed guy that much.
And Agon, I would think, is the main part of this trade because he is familiar with the NL West, having played for the Padres.
Yeah.
And so he is going to be, I think, tearing it up in that division.
Was on the cover of MLB The Show 2012. Are they going to give me a new game cover so I can replace it? So I'm not living a lie? They did that with Brett Favre in Madden a couple years ago. Right after Brett Favre retired, they announced Brett Favre was going to be on the cover in a Packers jersey. And then when he came back for the Jets, they released something you can go print off to slide over the game sleeve to make it Brett Favre in a Jets jersey instead. So, all right. Well, that's going to do it for what's urinating us off. But I want to point something out real quick before we get out the door here. Our fantasy football league is set. All 10 spots of this year's lineup are filled.
Me and 9 losers.
So we'll see. We are still waiting on one person to claim their team. You know who you are. You're a dear friend of mine, so I have no problem beating the crap out of you.
You hear that?
If you do not accept this in the next day or two.
He's coming with the strong hand.
I will come and I will beat you senseless. You know who you are, Chris. Not Chris the boss. I'm calling you out by name. My friend Chris.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah, you went to an Indians game with that guy.
I know that guy. I'll
Right?
beat him up too.
There you go.
Just bring out the strong hand, backhand
Absolutely.
somebody.
Von Erich knows
What?
you, so watch out.
I think he owes me some money in our gambling game that we did at the baseball game.
Uh-oh.
When we could keep
And
track.
you better pay Von Erich.
All right, well, so yes.
I was gonna say, what did I do?
No, not you. You're fine. You're fine.
I was gonna come here and beat you.
It's a different Chris we're going to beat the crap out of. But anyways, yes, we're just waiting on him to accept his team. And then the draft, we can set the official time. Official time, we're looking somewhere in the, afternoon, pre-evening range, middle of the day kind of thing.
Maybe 2 p.m. when Scrubs is on.
Maybe about 2 p.m. when Scrubs is on. Yeah, right after My Name is Earl, so we should be fine. And I got my Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in the morning, so that won't conflict with anything. But yeah, we'll hammer out a specific date, and we will post it on our Facebook to all of the people involved in the league. And again, the draft will be 1 week from today, Monday, September 3rd, Labor Day.
So forget all your holiday plans.
Exactly. You're going to a picnic, bring your laptop. Or make sure
hopefully
you
you
have
have
access
Wi-Fi.
to Wi-Fi. Who goes to a picnic in the actual park? You go to somebody's house. It's 2012. 3 up, 3 down time. Down number 3, David DeCastro. Steelers first-round pick tore MCL and ACL.
Suck it, Pittsburgh.
4th Steeler to tear his ACL this offseason.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
That's what I like to hear.
Down number 2, Terrell Owens, cut from the Seahawks today.
Aw.
Bye-bye. Down number 1, Lance Armstrong, stripped of all 7 of his Tour de France titles and banned from cycling for life. I do not have a confirmation on this, but I believe that means he's not allowed to ride a bike recreationally anymore.
So he can't ride down his street.
Up number 3, Japan beat Tennessee in the Little League World Series. Congratulations, little Japanese children. Enjoy it while you can. Up number 2, because I heard there's a tsunami or something coming, a typhoon, some kind of weather thing.
There's a hurricane about to hit America.
Well, yeah, we'll manage. We do all the time, except that one. Up number 2, Vin Scully, famed Dodgers announcer, to return for 64th season. Woo! One of the greats. Up number 1, Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Beckett, Carl Crawford, and Nick Punto. Traded from the Red Sox to our 13.5 games back to the Dodgers, only 2.5.
All right, Dodgers.
Enjoy.
Go get some wins.
Enjoy your new sunny, beautiful home in Los Angeles. when you don't have to walk around where everyone smells like they're drunk and smells, or well, everyone's drunk and smells like urine in Boston. All right, that's going to do it for us this week. We will be back in 2 weeks' time to talk some Browns football. America! All right,
USA.
So for Chris, Von Erich, Ashley, I am Ralphie saying good night, everybody. We will see you in 2 weeks, same time, same place on morningshowcentral.com.
See you in 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, 2 minutes for him.